Clint Barton is shown in the beginning teaching his daughter archery on his remote farm while his wife prepares a picnic meal for them. Clint's daughter vanishes, and the rest of Clint's family, along with half of all life in the universe, disintegrates as a result of Thanos snapping his fingers after gaining all 6 Infinity Stones. Following Thanos' defeat on Titan, Nebula and Tony Stark are lost in space, but are rescued by Carol Danvers and reunited with Natasha Romanoff, Bruce Banner, Steve Rogers, Rocket, Thor, and James Rhodes. The gang devises a plot to acquire Thanos' Infinity Stones and use them to reverse his acts, only to discover that he had used the stones a second time to destroy them, prohibiting their further usage. He informs the remaining Avengers that he did so in order to prevent the stones from being used for further nefarious reasons.
Fight, okay. Alive and otherwise, yeah, well, Wait, just sit down, okay? No, here's my point. Tony, fine.
We realize up there is more your territory.
To the car.
He used the stones again.
Everybody in this room is a... We'll get this son of a bitch.
Down for recon. No armies, no ground defenses.
Serve no purpose.
Murder truly!
Gone. Inevitable. Daughter. 2 horse.
Thor, enraged, beheads Thanos, claiming that this is what he should have done in Wakanda.
First thing to talk about.
Yeah, same old crap. You might cry.
45 right after I woke up 70. The world is in our hands.
Scott Lang escapes the quantum realm 5 years later to learn that his daughter Cassie is now a teenager and that Hope Van Dyne, along with half of the population, has vanished in the snap.
It was an infectious garbage scared the ocean.
Another haircut?
Money for a long time.
Mexico. The Federal.
I'd offered a cookie dinner, but fewer ships, cleaner water.
You know,
Maybe it doesn't need to be. I think we both need to get along.
Rogers has been leading grief therapy sessions for survivors still dealing with the aftermath of the snap, while Romanoff has been ceaselessly maintaining watch over both Earth and the rest of the cosmos with the assistance of Rhodes, Danvers, Okoye, Rocket, and Nebula. Lang approaches Romanoff and Rogers, explaining that while 5 years had passed for them, only 5 hours had passed for him in the quantum realm, where time stretches drastically differently. The three visit Stark, who is now married to Pepper Potts, and present their notion that the quantum realm can be exploited to travel back in time and take the Infinity Stones before Thanos can collect them.
Some years ago, we got our asses beat in the gambling. I put the brains 100%, little person. Come on, step up. Let's take a picture with them.
Yeah, look, he's even so much.
Oh, God.
Stark first rejects their suggestion out of fear of jeopardizing his family and the calm he has found. But after pondering on Peter Parker's death, he chooses to investigate theoretical models that would work with Lang's quantum tunnel, eventually finding one that works. With Stark on board, the remaining Avengers went about reassembling their squad. Bruce Banner has now accepted the Hulk as a part of himself, merging his and the Hulk's consciousnesses into one.
It's all a joke or none of it is. We're good. I do, Captain America.
I feel ready.
See, this is an absolute win.
Let me guess, you turned into a baby. And maybe not die trying. We are getting...
Banner and Rocket travel to New Asgard, a small settlement where Valkyrie and the last Asgardian survivors have gathered. They discover Thor, who is overcome with guilt for failing to kill Thanos in Wakanda. Thor has gained weight, his hair and beard have grown out, and he spends his free time eating junk food, drinking, and playing Fortnite with his friends Korg and me.
Hey, it's Thor again. You know the God of Thunder? What do we drink? The beer.
Like Thanos.
Don't you kill that guy?
You ought to be. Good here, mate.
So, whatever it is that you all bring here on the ship.
After hearing from Rhodes about an assassin who uses similar methods to Barton, Romanoff sets out to find him. Barton, overcome with grief following the murder of his family, has been working under the alias Ronin, while violently massacring criminal cartels and gangs all across the world in an attempt to repair the world that remains. Natasha tracks him out in Japan, and after some persuasion, he decides to rejoin the team in order to try to reunite him with his family. Thor reluctantly accepts to rejoin the Avengers after some persuasion from Rocket and Banner. The Avengers are reunited with a plan after testing the quantum time machine on Barton, who confirms that it works. Banner, Rogers, Lang, and Stark set out to retrieve the time, mind, and space stones during the Battle of New York in 2012.
One of the 6 Infinity Stones.
Or substitute.
In a lot of different places throughout history.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
The stone. Someone's called it the stone before. About Ethan. My grandfather, many old flame of mine. And you see, I got to introduce her to my anymore. So
The Power Stone for Morad. Do you want to go to space?
It's weird.
What kind of doctor was he?
Your nose throat needs wrap.
There are 3 stones in each.
all of us. Chance to take it all back. Most of us are going somewhere with the fight of our lives.
Those keys, Jolly Green.
See you in a minute.
Banner travels to the Sanctum Sanctorum, where the Ancient One informs him that removing the Time Stone from her timeline will prevent Stephen Strange from preventing Caecilius from violating nature's laws in the future. When Banner tells her that Strange willingly gave up the Time Stone to Thanos, she lets him have it, hinting that Strange had planned for a precise sequence of events to occur in order for Thanos to be defeated. Banner also pledges that the stones would be returned to their respective timelines to avoid any negative consequences.
Strange, isn't it?
You're gonna charm her. I'm gonna... Hey, aren't you drunk enough? Come here. Group tracks the chick with the only kind of go. And you can Infinity Stone and help me get my family back. All right.
Sit down.
Got this.
Long way from Budapest.
What are you talking about right now? Who else is looking for these stones?
For your help. Why?
Power Stone, I'm dispatching you to a ship.
Who was that?
Bring her to my ship.
As far as I'm concerned, that's America's ass. Seriously? You didn't? I mean, like me.
Buddy, what do you think? Maximum occupancy?
No.
Terry, I'm going to be running point on the scepter.
After the Avengers seize Loki's space stone, Lang and Stark attempt to steal it. Lang causes a slight cardiac attack in Stark's former self by yanking a circuit in his artificial heart, while Stark grabs the suitcase containing the Tesseract when no one is looking. Their strategy is foiled when Stark drops the briefcase after being hit by the Hulk by mistake. Loki then snatches the space stone and uses it to flee. Rogers is successful in taking the Mind Stone from undercover Hydra agents, but he encounters his previous self, who misidentifies him as a disguised Loki. After fighting past Steve, Rogers rejoins Stark and Lang, who must now devise a new method of obtaining the Space Stone without exhausting the limited supply of Pym particles that allow him to travel through the quantum world. Lang returns to the present with the Mind Stone, while Rogers and Stark concoct a scheme to take the Space Stone from a US Army installation in the 1970s, as well as additional Pym particle vials to make the trek back home. During his visit, Rogers notices Peggy Carter, and Stark has a significant talk with his father Howard. Rocket and Thor journey to Asgard in order to collect the Reality Stone before Malekith employs it against the Nine Realms. Thor is reminded that his mother, Frigga, is about to die